Welcome, travelers, to High Fantasy. I'm Brett. I clapped and I shouldn't have clapped. You got me clapping. I need my herb pouch. Daddy's been paying for my salt.
This
I'm part of the poop patrol, ma'am.
And I'm Emily. But I'm like, don't make the robots.
Don't make the robots
crunch. I would speak with dinosaur in a second. I have beef with DC. It's a thing. It's a whole thing.
Join us on our epic world-spanning adventures. Armed with only a bit of long-bottom leaf, we will delve into some of the most amazing worlds of imagination that have ever existed. Before we get into that, don't forget to check out our Patreon if you want to support the channel. And without further ado, let's get into it.
You can clap. You can. Yay! Hello, everybody. Welcome to Fight. Sorry.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of High Fantasy. I'm Brett.
And I'm Emily.
And today, are you ready? Are you ready to shreddy it to go?
Yes.
Yes, those things, correct.
I don't know why I wasn't ready for you to ask if I was ready.
First of all, we have to do a shout out to our fantastic $20 patron members.
Thank you.
Clancy Bloom, Enslaved by Fairies, and Minnie. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Your contributions allow us to continue doing the things we love to do. All right. What's that?
I said including this.
Including this, yes! Including these wonderful, wonderful episodes and podcasts. Okay, without further ado, we're popping off the final episode to the Warhammer show, I guess, miniseries.
Warhammer miniseries.
And we're going to be talking about the orcs and the Tau today.
All right, let's do it, boys.
Are you excited?
I am just on the edge of my seat. I'm shaking with anticipation.
Okay.
Tell me more.
Okay. So the orcs.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Yes.
They were made 60 million years ago.
Oh, just a little bit.
We're in 40K now. So 20,000 years before the humans were really doing much.
Oh.
Yeah. They were made by the old ones.
Wait, hold on. If we're in the year 40K and they were made 60 million years ago?
Oh, sorry, million. Yeah, my bad. So it's a lot more than that. I'm going to cut that out so I'm not dumb.
You're not dumb. The math was
No, I'm
mathing.
dumb. That was dumb. I'm going to blame it on the weed. The math is definitely not mathing. No, yeah. But yes, they were made 60 million years ago. So before humanity was really even crawling out of the primordial muck, these guys were around. Except they didn't exactly look like orcs.
Okay.
They were bigger and smarter.
Okay.
These were the Krorks. So they were made by the old ones, who the orcs call the Brain Boys.
The Brain Boys?
Uh-huh.
That's adorable and I love it.
But because they the smart ones. Were the ones. So they're called Krorks. They're much bigger and smarter. The Krorks were made to fight the Necrons and the Catan in a battle called the War in Heaven, i.e. the old ones versus the Catan.
Okay, so they were created very specifically during that before time that we talked about last episode.
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
so
interesting.
The Necrons start making a tear through, the old ones. The problem is the old ones weren't really a fighting race.
Uh-huh.
They were creators. They were crafters, makers. They went through and made new civilizations. That's what they enjoyed doing. So when the Necrons and the Catan started sticking it to them, they didn't really have a great way to fight back.
Okay.
So they decided to make one.
Okay.
Hence the orcs.
And those were the Krorks.
The Krorks. Now, through generations of time, we know that eventually they kind of got their butts kicked by the Necrons, because obviously the old ones got their butts beat in, so they're not really around. And the Krorks changed after that through years and years and years of evolution.
Okay.
So that's kind of why we have what we have today for orcs.
Yeah.
But we got the Odd Boys. That's
Okay.
boys with a Z, by the way. Guide orc evolution by altering the clans of orcs so they specialize in certain things, such as mech boys, that's boys with a Z, by the way, being good at building vehicles.
Okay.
So the old ones left kind of like a biometric coding for them, where they could guide orc civilization down a path they needed to go down in order to still be relevant.
Okay.
And these ones that have like that connection that are kind of hardwired are called odd boys.
Okay, so these are like orcs that can actively exist within society still. Like, are they still around, or were they just?
They're still around.
Tent? Okay,
still around. Yeah, the odd boys are still there, because they're still kind of influencing people. But this would lead to the different creation of the different clans and tribes of orcs.
Okay.
We're gonna get into that a little bit later, but so the orcs follow two gods. Because this is a big thing. They follow Gork and they follow Mork.
Who are Gork and Mork?
See, now Gork, he's brutal but cunning.
Okay.
And Mork, well, he's cunning but brutal.
Okay.
And they're the two twin gods of the orcs, Gork and Mork. So some people follow Gork, other people follow Mork. But the current Gazgul Thraka, leader of the warband, he follows both.
The orcs are just the joke race.
Yes.
They're just the joke of the Warhammer universe. And you know what? We love them for it.
Now, like, because we've talked a little bit about orcs, we talked about the power of imagination and stuff, so I'm not going to go into that because we know how that works for the most part, right?
They imagine it, it happens.
So we now know that they have these two gods, Gork and Mork. They follow, some of them follow one, and it's basically the idea that maybe one of them will sneak up behind you and hit you on the head, and the other one will just run at you and hit you on the head. That's the difference between brutal and cunning to an orc, by the way.
Okay. Yep.
Now, there are many orc tribes, like the Bad Moons. They're the richest orc tribe because their teeth grow back the fastest, and they use this wealth to buy the best guns. That's guns with a Z, by the way.
Every time you hear it's just assume it's a Z.
Yeah.
At the end of something.
And a lot of their members being known as Flash Gits.
What is Flash Gits?
Because they're flashy. Because they got more money than anyone else.
Okay.
We the Bad Moons, a bad git from the Bad Moons.
And so they have the more teeth?
They got more teeth, which means they got more money, which means they get to trade with any other orc clan they want to get the best kind of gear that they like have available. So they got the biggest guns.
I love it.
But they don't really like getting into melee combat as much.
Okay.
So it's slightly weird for them as orcs because most orcs enjoy a good crumping.
Yeah. They want to punch you in the face.
Exactly. They want to punch you in the face. They don't want to, like... But these guys are like, no, we're happy sitting back and, like, just going at you with the guns.
You go punch them in the face, and if they end up punching you harder, then we'll deal with them.
Yeah, we'll deal with them, yeah. But they're called the Flash Gits because they can afford the best vehicles, they can afford the best guns, etc., etc., from the mech boys that they buy them from.
Fun.
Some tribes of orcs will even have some Bad Moons on standby.
Okay.
Just so they can punch their teeth out and use them as like, not ammo, but money.
Money. They'll just, like, walk around with, like, 3 extra dudes being like, all right, if I run out, then I got at least 3 sets.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Dems to Bad Moons.
Oh, I love it.
Now, the first tribe to ever come across humanity, i.e. the Imperium, was the Blood Axes.
Okay.
Now, as they were the first people to see Umis, they learned a bunch of Umi tactics.
Okay.
Such as retreating when you're losing, to come back with more guys. Quote, "It don't count as losing, because we can always come back for another, see?"
Oh, that's so cute. Doesn't count as losing. Oh, I love it.
Now, the Blood Axes have a bad reputation among orcs, being known as cowards and sneaky gits. So most people don't like the Blood Axes because they say they're too clever and too smart.
Jesus.
They trade with humans and have even worked as mercenaries for the Imperium at times.
Oh, wow. So they've actively... Oh, yeah. So the other orcs are like, we don't trust you.
Yeah, they don't like them because they're quote, not orky enough.
That's hilarious.
Yep. So that's
They had to have some sort of faction where it's like, okay, the rest of the world knows these people exist because they kind of exist with each other.
Exactly.
A little bit.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Most of the time, the orcs love getting in fights with pretty much anybody and everything.
Yeah.
So there's nothing that orcs won't fight. The main problem being that they fight each other more than anyone else.
That sounds about right.
Now occasionally what'll happen is you'll just have all of these orc worlds with a bunch of separated tribes, and there's so much infighting, that they don't ever really get to do much.
Okay, so they don't accomplish anything when they try.
Exactly. Until once in a couple generations, there's an orc that's big enough to beat everybody else down and unite the tribes.
They're like, I'm the strongest, so stop fighting because we already know who the strongest is,
and it's me.
Not you.
Yeah, exactly. It's me. And so that is the orc hierarchy: is you follow the biggest and the strongest boy.
So whenever the biggest and the strongest boy keels over, everybody else starts fighting again, basically.
Yes.
Until they find the next.
Until they find the next one.
That's so good.
Yeah.
I love that for them.
So it's their warlord. In this case, their warlord is Gazgul Thraka.
Okay.
He the biggest and the strongest orc there ever was. And he is supposedly a prophet of both Gork and Mork.
He's both cunning and brutal and cunning.
Exactly. Yep.
The paradox!
Yeah. So he says that he is the prophet and the voice of both Gork and Mork, and he will lead them on the biggest wall that the universe has ever seen.
Big wall.
We're gonna get all the boys.
Oh.
He got his head chopped off.
Uh-huh.
It then got sewed back on.
Oh.
And so he's still kicking. He's got a mech body from the mech boys. So he's got a huge orc power claw on one arm, and his other arm is just a gun. Just a huge gun.
We love to see it.
And he is currently the biggest, baddest orc there is.
I love that for him.
Now something we didn't really get to get into at all last time was squigs.
We heard a little bit about the squigs, and they're just like the little guys, or am I fully thinking of something different?
You're right, and you're wrong.
Oh, well.
So squigs are used for almost everything and anything that orcs might need. They are a food source.
Oh.
They are bags, wigs, bombs. Some of them are used as guard dogs. Are you ready?
I don't know if I am.
So here is a list of squigs. This is not what they do. I'm just going to list the squigs.
Okay.
We have bag squigs, bile squigs, bitey squigs, bomb squigs, boom squigs, bowel torrent squigs, burner squigs, buzz squigs, buzzing squigs, chewing squigs, colossal squigs, eaten squigs, guard squigs, face eater squigs, flesh eater squigs, gas squigs, gob squigs, hair squigs, hairy squigs, herd squigs, horned squigs, juicy squigs, mimic, oily squigs, orcosaurus.
Mimic.
Paint squigs, parasite hunting squigs, screech squigs, spike squigs, splodin squigs, squidgen, squig hawk, squig hog, squig hounds, squigosaurus, squig pipe. It's a musical squig. Squig shark, Squig stick, the swab squig, syringe squig, targeting squig, vaccine squig, vampire squig, weird squig, so on, so forth. There are more.
There are more?
There are more.
I think that's a lot of squigs. I was gonna say we should play a
Yes.
game of guess that squig, but I don't think we have enough time.
There's so many going into all of them. Hair squigs are one of my favorite because orcs are bald.
Uh-huh.
All orcs are bald, but you typically see them with like a big top knot, like the hair just kind of coming straight out of their head.
Yeah.
That's a squig. It's a squig that latches onto their scalp and just kind of sits there. That's all it does.
This is the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life.
There are muffler squigs
Uh-huh.
that go on cars to make them quieter.
Boom squig, does that mean it's just a gun?
Yeah.
So does it look like an actual humanoid thing, or is it literally
They look
just
like
an
anything.
item?
Like they will look like a biological version of a lot of these things. So like a boom squig looks like a biological gun.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. So it's basically it's in the shape of a gun, but it's fleshy and there's an eyeball on it somewhere.
Yep. The bomb squig, same, like the idea is like it looks like a bomb, but it's like a little frog.
So if you look close enough at an orc's hairline, you'll see an eyeball pop out every once in a while.
Maybe.
That's so good.
Oh yes, all right, fantastic. So, yes, those are all of the or some of the squigs.
That's insane.
A targeting squig is something that's put in someone's eye if they lose it in like a battle, and it's like a little laser sight.
Yeah.
That kind of just fits in your eye cavity. It's a little squig.
And what happens if they lose it?
Oh, no, nothing if they lose that. Just if they lose their eye, a mad dog will put one of those in their eye.
That's insane.
Yeah. There are, again, muffler squigs that go on cars to make them not as loud. There are, I think, what is it, like, silencer squigs?
Okay.
Which they actively put on guns.
That's
like an attachment. And we've talked a little bit about like how the orcs, their stuff works because they believe that it does.
Yeah, power of imagination.
Power of imagination, yeah. So we have this weird phenomenon where sometimes they like to just say, oh, this is going to work because.
Mm-hmm.
And other times they like to be like, okay, well, we need a reason to make this work.
Yeah.
So there's like the Gretchens and stuff, and the Gretchens are kind of like little goblins, and they do a lot of the like tinkering and stuff. But there's also the mech boys.
Uh-huh.
And the mech boys make all of the machines.
Yeah.
And they also do a lot of like cybernetic augmentation.
Uh-huh.
So if you see an orc with like an iron jaw, that's probably a mech boy.
Okay.
And they even make like, again, the Bad Moons who can pay for it. They will make other orc tribes their stuff.
Uh-huh.
So they have like the boomdaka snaz wagon. Because it's just basically a motor car, but it's been all kitted out to look all shiny and gold because the Bad Moons, they want it to be.
Wagon.
It's the snaz wagon. Boomdaka snaz wagon. Then you have like a whole group of people called speed freaks. Where they just love to go fast.
Yeah.
They absolutely love going fast. So any kind of car, and they have flyboys, which is their like bombers and stuff. Orc aircrafts are even less reliable than their regular vehicles, so most of the time they kind of just crash and explode into random things.
Yeah.
But when they do manage to explode right, it works out great. One of the funniest things to me is the orcs in the tabletop, and I don't even know a whole lot about the tabletop. This is just kind of, it's big risk, big reward. So when your stuff has a chance of just exploding on itself, it's got to do something good if it works well.
Right, like if you're able to get it there.
Yeah, if you're able to get it there, big boom. But
I
there's a
kinda
chance it
love that.
explodes on your own army.
I
Like,
love that though.
and wrecks a bunch of your dudes. So it's like, well, they make Gorkanauts and Morkanauts,
Okay.
which are giant Titan-sized mechs that they devote to the image of their gods, Gork and Mork.
Yeah.
And they power them, kind of, with
Okay.
the great green energy
Yeah.
of, like, and they say that the people who are piloting them get visions from Gork and Mork that give them, like, inspiration that make them fight harder and faster and stronger.
That's so good.
Yeah, so I love orcs in so many ways. They're very fun. Their pain boys are very fun because it's like an 18th century doctor,
Yeah.
you know?
Kind of like Plague Doctor vibes.
Plague doctor vibes in a lot of ways, or maybe even like a 1400s doctor where it's like Wild West kind of stuff.
Oh, that's
And
fun.
they're just like, their surgery is surgery, but it's not, like, it shouldn't work, but the only reason it does is because they believe that it does.
It's like when they put leeches on you and said that it's gonna fix your blood.
Yeah,
or
you
they're
remember
like,
vampire squigs?
yeah.
They're big, like the size of a small dog, with huge fangs, and pain boys use them to drain blood and, other fluids from orcs with infested wounds. But occasionally there's not exactly enough to go around, so they might subject their patients to a forced bleeding to feed their pets so that they don't die. Yeah, pain boys are kind of crazy. A lot of orcs would rather die than go to a pain boy, but
you do what you gotta.
you do what you gotta. There's so many different orc tribes to go into. We definitely did not have enough time to do it all. So I didn't want to write down all of them.
Yes.
But again, the blood axes are so funny because their idea of a strategy is just common sense.
Yeah.
And because they have a strategy, they get picked on. Like, other orcs will actively beat blood axes to death sometimes just because they had a quote-unquote idea. And that idea was to throw a bunch of bombs at the wall to blow it up and then go through the hole that makes. That was the idea. Instead of just running at the wall and trying to beat it down. You're being a sneaky blood axe and you had an idea.
How dare you think
Yeah.
you had a thought?
Yes.
Heresy.
Heresy. Heresy for the Imperium. So yeah, that's kind of the orcs. I think the funniest thing to think about them is they always have the mentality of might makes right. But the crazy part about this is they don't have to worry about so many things that other races do.
Yeah.
Like, where are we going to get food? How, like, we have to plant, we have to have people harvesting, and, like, so many other races have so many facets of society.
Yeah.
Orcs don't.
That's not how orcs work.
All orcs are made for war. That's their whole thing. They don't have to worry about, like, population problems. They don't have to worry about not enough food to go around. All they gotta worry about is where's the next fight. And that makes them terrifying because to an orc, that's literally the thing they need to survive.
Yeah.
Where's the next fight?
Yeah.
So they're always looking for a new opponent. And they're kind of just spreading unchecked because there's not really much we can do about it.
Right? They kind of just keep coming because they believe they can.
They believe they can. They don't need to spend the time that we do, like, with getting a soldier, And in the Imperium, like, 14. That's still too much for an orc. And they're just, like, ready to go. Like, all right, they know what's going on from the get-go. Which is just so hard to fight.
Like you're born knowing that war is war.
Yeah, war is war, and that's what you need. Good crumping, go get in there with the boys. And so they love it more than anything else in life is just fighting, fighting, fighting. They live to fight. That's all they do. And like where the Imperium does it, I don't think it's necessarily out of like a want to do so.
Yeah.
If they could just take over the galaxy and not have anybody opposing them, that's what they want.
Yeah, like
Orcs don't want that. Because that means there's no one else to fight.
they're just doing it for funsies.
They're just doing it for the fun. So, like, they want to, like, spread out and, you know, beat everybody. But theirs isn't, we want to take over all these planets so that we can have places for everybody to settle. It's, we want to get to the next planet because their army's on that planet and they go to fight us.
That's so good.
The Tyranids love the orcs.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, because it's just another nom 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 fest for them.
Yeah.
They hate fighting the force of chaos because they don't get a whole lot of biomass from that, like essence.
Yeah, like they aren't.
Because they're demons.
They aren't fleshy.
Yeah, so they eat them. It's like, this food isn't food. What the hell?
Based off of souls and cigarette smoke?
Yeah. like imagine chewing into a demon and then having it turn to goo in your belly. Because it's just like, well, all right, my material form is gone, so
time to go find another one.
time to go find somebody else to nom 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 on. But they don't get, like, that didn't give them resources.
Yeah.
But orcs, nom 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 nom.
They're just mushroom boys.
Just mushroom boys, so it's like meaty, like, mushrooms. Delicious.
Delicious.
And nutritious.
Tastes just like orcs.
But for every orc that falls, spores get released, and then more orcs rise up. So Tyranids fight and love fighting orcs. And orcs love fighting nids.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's bugs, and it's like, oh, this is great. Love this. But we kind of went over a little bit, like, the facets of their society, how they kind of work. They're not worried about normal things that society is. Because it's always just next fight, bigger fight, you know.
And they don't, like you said, like, they don't eat. They don't,
Not
like,
really, no. Like, they do have squigs for that. They got eaten squigs. They do, but again, like, why?
Right? Like, they don't have to.
Mm-hmm. Like, if you hated every aspect of your normal life except for fighting, you're gonna do everything else as little as you need to.
Yeah.
To get it done. Also funny, face eater squigs are not made for combat. That's for fun time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have a challenge where the face eater squig and an orc will open their jaws as far and as wide as they can in a mockery of a kiss. And whoever manages to eat the other one wins. They have little matches.
It's just a squig versus another squig?
Squig versus an orc.
What does that squig look like?
About the size, like, small handheld kind of thing, but with a huge mouth.
That's so upsetting.
And they like to eat faces.
That's extremely upsetting. They have to see which one is able to eat the other.
Yeah.
Who usually wins?
Most of the time they orc.
Oh, well, that's fun.
Yeah, but it's one of those, like, orcs will gather around and be like, oh, he's gonna do it, Jeremy's gonna do it. And so it'll be like a big, like, that's their fun time. That's their leisure time. They do that when they're not crumping.
That honestly sounds about right.
There are also these crazy orcs that like to strap rockets to their back so they can fly. And they're their, like, jump pack units, so they can kind of, like, jump up and land on locations. And it gives them a level of, like, flight that's not super great, but they're kind of their, you know, fast troops.
Yeah.
There's a chance they explode.
How much damage does it do to everybody around it if it explodes?
I don't know, to be honest. Like, again, I don't have, like, all of the information for the tabletop. But come on, like, that can't be good, right? If nothing else, you lose a unit. Like, guy just exploded. You're like, oh no!
Yeah, but what if he exploded near enemies while he's jumping?
That would probably be useful, you know? But I, like, Again, when your units just have a chance, like I also love their killicans because they're the best thing in the world to me.
Okay.
They're the best vehicle because they're kind of like a dreadnought, which is a like a walker unit, right? Where it's like a armored walking kill can or kill machine, and they're called killicans. So they're a crappier version of a dreadnought.
Okay.
Right? But they're powered by a Gretchen.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a barrel. With a Gretchen in it.
And what's a Gretchen again?
Gretchen's a goblin.
The mini orc.
Mini orc.
This is what the orcs look like before they become big. Or can Gretchens?
Gretchens are kind of their own group, but as far as I understand, it does still have the same subspecies thing where it's like Gretchens can get bigger.
Okay.
If they live long enough to kill things.
Do they ever get as big as orcs?
I don't think so. I don't think there's ever been like a story of a Gretchen getting as big as an orc, but
there's one that has a lot bigger of a head than the other ones.
But the funniest thing is these killicans, they're kind of like, again, take an oil barrel.
Yeah.
Make it sealed. And then strap 2 arms on the sides and 2 little legs that literally walk like this. One arm has a buzzsaw.
Oh my god!
And the other arm is just like a clawed hand, like a orc claw. And then they also put a little gun right on the chest part that is generally a machine gun, but can be outfitted with a rocket launcher. And the very first thing that these Gretchens do when they get put into a killican is they go and find any other Gretchens who picked on them and they crush them.
That's incredible.
It's the very first thing they do. So if you know a Gretchen is about to be getting put into a killican and you're another Gretchen, you're probably running for the hills because you're like, this guy, I picked on this guy all the time. Like, this is really not good for us.
Elementary school, like, bully victim.
Yeah, this is really not good. This is really not good.
Lunch money, like, every day.
So yeah, that is a little bit about the orcs. So we kind of finished. I wanted to finish covering them because they are very interesting. We went over the power of imagination, all that fun stuff. So, are you ready for a long philosophical debate?
Oh god, no, I'm really not, actually.
Yeah, well, strap up.
Jesus.
Strap up, because here it comes. Okay.
Oh, am I gonna like this?
I think you're gonna love this.
Okay. You sound nervous.
So let me explain. So this is the Tau Empire.
Okay.
They are a multi-species Xenos stellar empire formed by a caste called the Ethereals, who run off of a philosophy they call the greater good.
Okay.
They offer peace and try to get people to ally with them instead of outright taking them over unless it is completely necessary for the greater good.
Okay.
The Tau are made up of different castes that each help run the empire. So they are the Fire caste, also known as Shas.
Okay.
They make up the bulk of the Empire's ground military. So like anybody on the, most of like your basic troopers, right, are Fire caste. Then there's the Earth caste, which I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce this. It's F-I-O, Fo. They are the Empire's laborers and technicians, as well as their artisans, scientists, and engineers.
So, this is like a separate race again, a quote-unquote race from the Imperium, right?
Yeah, this is the Tau.
Okay,
so these are like kind of like blue aliens.
Okay.
Right, a lot of them look very humanoid. I believe they only have like 4 fingers, but they stand upright, like all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
Now, when we say the Tau Empire, we're not just talking about the Tau, because the Tau formed the Tau Empire, which basically made a bunch of alliances with other aliens, and kind of ingratiated them into their society.
Right, where it's like everybody else is fighting a whole bunch, but we're gonna say that all of us people on the edge of spaces who kind of don't want to deal with their bullshit are all gonna be just this thing. So we look big and scary.
Because the Tau Empire is one of the youngest organizations, groups, let's say,
Yeah.
in Warhammer 40k.
Okay.
So they are not super ancient, they don't have all this incredible, crazy power or anything like that. They're the new up-and-comers.
Okay.
So, like, we already had the Necrons, they had their big rise to power. We had the Imperium, they had their big rise to power. The Tau never had that.
Okay, so they've always just been...
They're just who
the
they are
dudes.
now. They're getting
Okay.
stronger every day than they used to be before.
Okay.
So to them, the Tau are currently reaching new heights of power that they have never achieved, which is crazy because almost every other race has that big rise. Even the orks, right? The Kroorks, right? So they were bigger, they were smarter, they were scarier, and now they're not.
Right. Everybody had a fall at this point. These guys have never had a fall before.
Mm-hmm. Never had a fall.
That's just scary because that means it's the new kid on the block.
Exactly. So a lot of people are like, are the Tau going to be like the new ones? Are they going to be the ones to take over? Now, they prefer diplomacy. They don't like fighting people.
Yeah.
They do it if they have to. And again, if it's like the idea of the greater good, they will torch your planet.
Yeah.
But they don't like doing it.
That's not their first choice.
So because of this, they're very much diplomats over warriors, but they still have fighters. Like, it's not that they won't. And again, because of this diplomatic approach, they have actually ingratiated like over 1,000 different alien species into their ranks.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that's a mismatch of a bunch of different type of people.
Yeah, so when we say the Tau, and then we say the Tau Empire, because those are two different things.
Yeah, the Tau is like the species that has started the Empire. But the Empire is a bunch of different people.
Exactly. So the Empire is all of these alien races combined to form the Tau Empire, and they all have their own space. But yes, going back to like the basic like structure of their society, we have the Fire Caste, which is like the group of, military people for the most part. The Earth Caste, which is their engineers, laborers, technicians, scientists. So anybody who's advancing their technology or building the structures and stuff, that's the Earth Caste.
Yeah, this is like the normal people in normal society is what it sounds like.
Yeah, and they are the foundation for which the whole empire is built.
Okay.
So a lot of people view Earth Caste as really good because they're like, they build the structures that
These are the
that
blue
we
collar
live in.
dudes.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a lot of respect. So Earth Caste, foe. Then there is the Water Caste, poor.
Okay.
They are merchants and diplomats.
Okay.
Now here's the crazy thing. They are so good that they actually turned some Imperium worlds to the Tau Empire just by showing up and basically having conversations.
Wow.
So they actively have humans in the Tau Empire.
And those people would have to be considered heretics at this point.
Yes.
Right?
Very much considered heretics.
Was it anybody important, or was it just like planets where it's like, okay, these are the normal people who aren't our base soldiers?
Mostly that, yeah, where it was just like maybe a colony world or an aggro world that was built to take food and stuff like that. A lot of the times they are kind of welcomed with open arms by the humans because they offer technological advancements.
And they're not allowed to normally have those, right?
They're not.
Unless it's already existing, unless it's already out there, and this is already out there.
You're not allowed to use alien tech by the Imperium.
Oh,
they don't allow you to do that.
Oh, so basically, these are the humans who are like, oh, we're not a part of the army anyways. So.
Yeah, like these guys suck anyway. Like the Imperium's just terrible. Now, here's another crazy thing. If the Tau do have to take over a planet, and they manage it, they try to keep as many people alive as possible.
Okay.
So that they can convert them to the greater good.
Yeah.
And they can work with them to build a brighter future for everyone.
Okay.
So the idea here is they try very hard to kind of show a lot of force very quickly if that's what they need to do
Yeah.
to avoid unnecessary casualties. Because every person that they kill on the battlefield could have been a potential worker, could have been a potential friend, could have been a potential person adding to the greater good.
So it's like if these guys come in swinging, then we're gonna put the hammer down hard to prove to you to stop swinging at us, basically.
Exactly, yes. And if they go into a world and they have to take it over, it's very much a big show of force and try and get as many of them to just surrender as you can. Because that's the main goal, is to save as many lives as you can and to incorporate as many people into the greater good and the Tau Empire as you can get.
Okay.
Because they need to grow. They need to get big. Because right now, they're the smallest guy out there.
They're small fry. They're not... It's looking scary for them.
The Imperium could wipe them off the map easily if they really, really wanted to. Not really that worried about them. Yeah. Because they have to fight orks and Tyranids and Eldar and, you know, Negrons.
We're keeping it like a very low level here.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't look at me. I just exist.
Yeah.
Don't look at me, though.
But their water caste diplomats have actively gone to Imperium-controlled worlds and fully taken over the worlds.
That's so cool. I love that.
So the Empire, or the Tau Empire, is growing in strength, but the Imperium is still so much bigger than they are.
Yeah, they're like, they have to subtly grow in strength in the shadows, which takes time and careful planning, because if they don't, then the Imperium's just gonna squash them like a bug.
Exactly.
Is what it feels like.
Exactly that. Or other races.
Yeah.
And the problem is they're kind of everybody's whipping boy. So, like, orcs randomly just attack them for fun. Because, again, you know, why not? Gotta get a good crump in. Tyranids, more biomass.
Right.
Fantastic. Great for us. The Eldar don't really love the Tau. They fight them occasionally. It's not a huge thing, but the Dark Eldar love fighting Tau. Because they're like, oh, you bunch of sissies. Oh, you think life is valuable? I'm going to turn you into a couch.
Oh, hell.
So they love fighting Tau because they kind of have the biggest sense of morality, let's say, of pretty much anybody in the galaxy.
Okay.
And so they get the most pain. And the most enjoyment of inflicting pain to these people.
That's so, like, these are just genuinely people who are trying to just live. Ooh!
Yeah, so the Drukhari love fighting Tau. But yes, so the last caste is the air caste, known as Core.
Right.
They work as messengers and pilots for all kinds of Tau walks of life. They'll drop off cargo from different planets as well as run the Tau air fleets. So anything that requires like air traffic is done by the air caste.
Okay.
They also like run air fleets, so the tanks and stuff, like any kind of flying vehicles are run by the air caste.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They are a pretty advanced society because they do use AI.
Okay.
And the Imperium doesn't like that.
Well, yeah, of course the Imperium doesn't like that. The Imperium's gonna stick up their booty hole.
But they have droids.
Okay.
Think Star Wars.
Bots. Okay, interesting.
And they have, like, shield droids and shield bots and gun bots.
That feels right, though. Like, if you're thinking about a culmination of, like, a bunch of, like, alien creatures.
It feels Star Wars, right?
Right? It's very much where it's like, yeah, and part of those people are AI from scattered across the space-time continuum.
But let's talk a little bit, about who runs them.
Okay.
There's the ethereal caste.
Ooh.
They run everything as political and spiritual and religious leaders.
Okay.
Preaching the greater good.
What is the greater good?
Let's talk about this.
I don't like the smile on your face. It's very mischievous.
So the greater good teaches that every self-aware being is equal and plays an important part in Tau society. The Tau have no desire to destroy another intelligent species, religion, or culture, though it may not mean that the Tau respect their right to live as they please. So in other words, there are still imperial citizens who were like members of the Imperium who worship the god Emperor
Oh, really?
under the Tau.
Oh, so the tower basically, like, you can still believe what you believe.
Yeah. You can still believe in your gods if you want to. That's fine.
Uh-huh.
Like, if you want to worship whatever, I don't care, as long as it's not affecting, like, society in a bad way.
Right, like, if you go to the Emperor and tell him that
We're here and here's past our defenses,
that's okay, we have a problem with you now, but you have the right. Okay, this is really, really difficult for me because once again, it's sounding real nice here. It's sounding very, very nice, and every single time something has sounded kind of chill, you've crushed it within an instant.
We're getting to the downsides, but there's still more good sides to go over.
Okay, let's go. Let's keep getting my hopes up.
So to be honest, like, there are people called the Kroot.
Uh-huh.
They're one member of Tau society.
Okay.
And they're kind of more animalistic hunter people.
Okay.
The Kroot are very unique in their ability to evolve kind of at will by eating things.
Oh, okay.
So they have actively eaten Tyranids to gain new abilities.
Oh, that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's very fun.
And there are things called Kroot Shapers.
Ooh.
And it's their job to kind of control and find the good aspects of evolution for their people, so they tell them what to eat.
Okay.
They're like, you can't eat this, or you can't eat that, or etc., etc.
Yeah.
Kroot are strong enough to eat Necrons.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, their jaws are powerful enough to eat and digest Necrons.
That's impressive.
They did this once and never again, because when they did eat a Necron, they were hit with kind of these little parasites that started bursting forth from their body, and they were little, like, mechanical scarab things that of ate that Kroot alive. That was the mutation that it got, kind of, from it.
Oh, that's no bueno.
Not good, not good. So
they have the ability to if they need to.
Yeah. So the Kroot make up a lot of their melee kind of stuff.
Okay.
And they kind of found them and integrated them, and the Kroot Shapers have been working along with the Tau Empire to further the Kroot.
Okay.
And to get them to be better, stronger, you know?
Are there some fun mutations that you found?
Sometimes, if they're not careful and they figured this out, they will turn into more bestial beings with less intelligence, and it's like, ooh, that's not good. There are things called Kroot Hounds.
Okay.
That make up a really fun melee aspect for the Kroot in the Tau Empire that are great at just ripping stuff to pieces.
Yeah.
But they specialize in killing demons.
Ooh, that's fun.
The Kroot love to kill demons.
Oh, that's fun.
Because they are an abomination. Demons are not of this plane and will be sent back to where they came from post haste.
Oh, that's cool.
So they do not enjoy demons, but the Kroot make up a small portion of the Tau Empire.
Okay, let's go.
So those are cool. There is the insectoid winged Vespid.
Okay.
That are very good melee fighters. Again, more of like a sword wielding idea.
Yeah.
But they have the ability to fly, so that gives them, you know, neat like jump pack kind of stuff. The Tau in general also use a lot of mechs.
Okay.
Like mech suits.
Yeah.
And stuff. Not necessarily all just like a robot that's powered by this. A lot of them are like battle suits.
Yeah, so somebody's inside of it powering it.
Which is really fun.
That's very fun.
Because it's kind of mech battles with them.
Oh.
A lot. Like they have Gundams essentially.
That's fun.
And they have this one guy who is kind of their best dude. He's called Commander Farsight.
Okay.
And he was called this because he has visions of the future.
Okay.
And he's really, really good at just like being, for one, their battlefield like tactician. But for two, and like general, he's an amazing warrior.
Okay.
So his battle suit is built for mostly like being on the front lines of combat.
Yeah.
He has a huge pulsar cannon on his mech suit,
Yeah.
which makes him devastating to most vehicles
Uh-huh.
because he gets strong enough that he can kind of just blow up tanks.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, just insane. And he did the most to advance the greater good.
Okay.
So he's kind of like their golden boy.
Yeah.
He's the guy you see on posters about the Tau Empire being like, join today, kind of thing.
And what is there? Is it kind of like that, like sort of 40 style join today type of like American dream sort of looking
Exactly.
society?
Uh-huh.
And so it's almost like Fallout-y era or like
Yeah, that idea a lot. It does also borrow very heavily from Asian culture.
Okay.
So the Tau,
Yeah.
and they have a special word for humans. They're
Okay.
called Gwevesa.
Okay.
So like, and again, there's the Firecast foe, you get the
Yeah.
Firecast Shaws. So you start to really lean heavily from that kind of Asian heritage.
Yeah.
When you look at, and even when you're looking at like their architecture and stuff, it's very like
Right.
that kind of stuff. And they have that same viewpoint on combat a lot of the times, like go in, be quick, be silent, be stealthy,
Yeah.
take them out, they're fire warriors. They are the best long-ranged combatants in the game.
Okay.
But the joke is, if you see Tau, they've already lost. Because they're pretty squishy.
So it's like if they see you coming, then you didn't do your job right.
Yeah, if there is ever a moment when the enemy sees your like people, you're probably done.
Yeah.
But that's the whole goal, is you're probably never gonna see them. Which is a terrifying thought.
Yeah, that's so scary.
There's just gonna be a guard post and it's just not good. Like, they're all just gonna drop dead.
That's it. That's almost more terrifying because it's like, okay, you're safe if you've seen them, but like that means you're never safe if you don't.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that.
Because they're also very synchronized.
Yeah.
And they're great snipers. So imagine like, a guard post of like 50 or 60 guys, and then you just hear a single like, and they're all gone.
All of them drop to the floor at the same time.
Yep, because they're that
all
synced.
but one.
All but one.
And then he's stepping into the room.
So that's the goal, mostly, of the Tau. But it is very much that American dream, so it's kind of like a mixture of both, right? Where you have like Western culture of, join today, and they have like the tanks flying in the background and et cetera, et cetera. But at the end of the day, all the Tau want is people.
Yeah.
They want community. They want to give the galaxy hope. They think that the Imperium is selfish.
Yeah.
And they think that their views, because they refuse to join with the Tau, they think that they are selfish and misaligned.
Okay.
Because if anybody who refuses to join the greater good is childish.
Yeah.
Now, here's kind of the biggest problem.
Here's where you shit on my heart.
Here's the biggest problem with the Tau. The Ethereals release a set of pheromones that make people more open to suggestion.
Okay.
Now, this makes many people question if some of the people who joined their alliance did so more or less against their will.
So it's they manipulate people into thinking the way they do.
Exactly. So it's the idea of, hey, you should join us, buddy. And then they do, because that sounds like a great idea to them at the time. So is it really their free will that they're doing this? And then a lot has been alluded that maybe the Ethereals have a slightly darker plan for things.
So we're thinking that, just like in many it's the rose-colored glasses theory, where it's like, that's what they're telling you the greater good is. It sounds really nice, but is that actually what they're thinking?
Once Commander Farsight found out about this, he broke ties with the Tau Empire and created his own.
Okay.
Because he was like, we will not be built on a foundation of lies and deception.
Yeah.
Because the way that you're doing this, even if it is for all the right reasons, is wrong.
Right, exactly.
Like, you should
people
not
should
be...
want to do this.
You should not be coercing people into joining the Alliance, and the fact that you did that has already tainted the Tau Empire.
Yeah.
So he is a heretic to the Tau Empire.
Oh,
and they're hunting him down.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because he actively
really,
seceded.
It really does sound so good. Like, if they just had actually convinced people and didn't do that one little thing. We can't have anything good in the Warhammer universe, everybody.
So again, this is the race of people where everybody, like, they're the good guys.
Yeah.
If you were going to say somebody is the good guys in Warhammer, it's the Tau. Mainly because they had that, like, we just want to bring everybody together.
Yeah.
We just want world peace kind of thing. Like, even their greater good, everyone is equal. And they all have a special role to play in the greater good. So everything that they do sounds great.
Yeah, it's sounding really nice.
But the fandom didn't like that there was essentially a race that was made out to be
the good guys?
Well, perfect, right? Because, like, you can say the Imperium has a point. You can go even as far as to say Chaos has a point. Like, in our Chaos episode, you're like, I can kind of see it. Like, I get where it's coming from.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point about Warhammer is they wanted people to be able to say, I see where they're coming from, but. And when you have a race of people who they're so specifically made out to be the good guys, where's the but? Where's they're not perfect?
I think that's the problem, though, is, like, but they're tiny.
Exactly.
Like.
And you could easily say that, right? And the joke is Games Workshop loves picking on Tau.
Yeah.
Because in almost all of their official art, it's the Space Marines conquering the Tau. It's Chaos killing Tau. It's Drukhari enslaving Tau.
It's not like the battle between these two epic forces.
No.
Somebody totally dominated.
Just getting totally dominated.
You did that dirty. That is mean.
So the Tau players are constantly like, we're getting picked on in the corner, guys, and this is not chill.
Why? When is the Tau going to be on the cover conquering something?
And again, like, they have a few artworks, but it's mostly that same, like, join today kind of thing, where it shows, like, Commander Farsight in his power suit, and he's giving the thumbs up, and he's got the two tanks, because they have hover tanks.
Yeah.
They have tanks, like, flying in behind him, and you could almost swear you hear an American Eagle somewhere. Anyway, but that's their propaganda. That's their, we won. And occasionally, not against the Imperium, because that would be too much, but occasionally they'll show Commander Farsight with his foot on a Nid's corpse, like, took out a Nid.
Sentient,
Yeah. Or, they'll have, like, they successfully defended off a Drukhari raid.
Oh, that's so dumb. They're so mean to them. So
all the Tau players are constantly like, why is everybody picking on us?
Why bullying me? I just wanted a nice world.
And it's because the people who are playing the Imperium are like, Xenos filth.
Like, guys, it's a game, okay? Don't be mean to me.
And so there's so many jokes in the tabletop community, apparently. Like, the second a Tau player starts setting up his minis, everybody's just like, guess you lost.
That's rude.
And they're like, what do you mean? It's like, I saw you. Or they'll show, like, a game store and it has all these Warhammer minis and there's just a pristine shelf with all of the Tau that no one's buying.
That's
so mean. It's so mean.
It's not very polite.
They also have a vehicle that is not allowed, or not technically allowed in most games. Because it's like 2,200 points.
Oh god, okay.
A normal full army match is generally a 2,000 point match.
Yeah.
This one vehicle is above that.
That's rude.
It's like $5,000.
What does it do?
Everything.
What is...
It's got command decks where you can put extra minis. It's got like a whole removable top where you can put your other miniatures that are inside firing or doing whatever the heck they're doing. It is one of Game Workshop's most expensive minis that they came out with because it's so big and so intricate. Like, you try to put this thing down on the table and it is the table.
That's insane.
It's huge. And they have the Titans and stuff that they've used before, which again, you can't use a Titan in a normal 2,000 point match either because they're just too many points.
Yeah.
It's too big of a gun.
This is something where it's like, we wrote a story about this and you're never going to actually get to play it, but you can play with it.
You can play with it, and they have rules and stuff, like you can actually use them in matches. It's just the points that you need. It's like somebody has to be doing like a 10,000 point game where it's huge, and you're going to spend a week playing this game.
Yeah. What I would want to do, because I would obviously never play in tournament, but if I did play with Tau, I would just make an army of like little tokens you could flip over. So I just put them down, being like, "Oh, I have my units. You don't know what they are. You don't get to know what they are.
That's...
When you do know what they are, I'll turn them over.
I'll turn them over when you get into view range. If you get into view
If you ever do."
That'd be so funny. Have a little box of Tau.
Just be like, "What are you doing?" It's like, "These are my minis." And like, "What? I can't see what they are."
Exactly. Jerk butt. So it sounds like when you play Tau, you go one of two ways. You either go a whole lot of dudes with like sniper rifles, or you go like mech army.
Okay.
Because they have these mech suits called broadsiders.
Yeah.
And they are like a walking mech suit that has clamps in the feet to stabilize it before it shoots.
Okay.
And they have 2 rail cannons on these shoulders of these broadsiders that line up shots. They will one-shot most tanks. Just boom, gone.
That's beastie.
Yeah, they're nasty against vehicles. But again, like, what if the guy's doing like Tyranids and he's got 500 of these things coming at you? One big shot doesn't do you much good.
Yeah.
But if they have like Carnifexes and you need to crack through some big, thick chitinous plating, well,
yeah, they're great for big things, not great for lots of things.
Exactly. They have whole little squads of gun drones that you can take that burrow into the ground. And then when enemies get by, they'll unburrow and just
That's cool.
So they specialize in long-range warfare, and they're good at ambush kind of stuff, too, where it's like, walking into a Tau ambush is a pretty common thing.
Yeah.
Like, they were already ready for you.
Right.
Because they have to fight guerrilla style. They can't take on most people just in a head-on fight.
They're too small, so they have to be smart in response.
And if you do need a big show force, well, we got the Kroot. So, you know, a little bit of fun stuff. I do also love that in the video game, you can go 2 different tech trees with the Tau. You can either go again with like the mech kind of stuff, or you can go with the Kroot. And if you have a relic captured, you can summon this like giant Kroot that another Kroot rides on his back. And he's got a gun, like a minigun. He's like, like kind of using him like a turret. And then when this guy gets up close, he just starts pounding people into death.
Because the Kroots were the shape changers, right?
Yeah, the Kroot are the ability to eat things and evolve.
So they have... Can they eat mechanical things is what you're saying, too?
They can eat mechanical things, yes. But the guy on his back with the gun, it's more of like, if you had an elephant and you mounted a machine gun on the back of that elephant.
Okay.
Not like there's a gun that comes up from this creature. Yes, no. It's like a saddle that they build for him.
This is space, man. Anything's possible.
It's space, man. They kind of remind me of Wookiees.
Okay.
Like that exact same aspect of them, where it's like Chewie had the bandolier bullets and stuff, and like the space crossbow.
Yes.
It's that exact idea. Like, you know, these guys were hunters. They weren't really combatants,
Oh.
and then they had to learn to do war.
Yeah.
And so because of that, they're kind of like, there's a primitive look to them, but they are still nonetheless terrifying in a fight.
Oh yeah, like they know what they're doing.
And they're good at that exact like ambush kind of thing where it's like, we're gonna hunt you. We got our hounds and we got our traps and
Let's go, boys.
let's go, boys. I feel like being hunted by the Kroot would feel a lot like being hunted by Bubba and a bunch of good old boys. Like, just dudes with shotguns behind you being like, yeehaw, squeal like a piggy. Like, that feels very much like what being hunted by the Kroot would look like.
Let's go, boys.
Let's go, yeehaw.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
But yes, so I don't think that there's anything wrong with the Tau.
Yeah.
I really like them, and I love their ideas, and if it's all true and they're not bad people, great.
Right? Like, what's a little pheromone action if you're not actually a bad person, you know?
Like, convincing people that would be, you know, I'm gonna just murder you instead, to be, like, cool and chill?
You know?
I don't think that's a terrible thing.
Could be worse. Could be a lot worse.
It is much worse in the I think like Warhammer 40k situation.
Yeah, in that situation, maybe we could all use a little pheromone therapy.
Yeah, maybe we could all use a little bit more of this. So I think the Tau are great.
Yeah.
And I even love playing as the Tau.
Oh wow, controversial people.
Yeah, like they were actually, I believe, the first race in Warhammer Soulstorm that I played as.
Okay.
Because I had never seen, that was the first time and only time, by the way, that they've ever been introduced in that kind of Warhammer game.
Yeah.
As like a playable army that you could play as. They're good.
Okay.
They're very good. I like them a lot. Their scouting units have the ability to stealth. And they're just such jerks about it. Like, you're just over here with your, building up your army, getting it ready to go attack your enemy. And all of a sudden, you just start hearing all your dudes dying. And you look over, and you're like, what is going on? And then you'll just see a bunch of little beams coming from invisible jerks who are just like,
we killed your dudes.
Yep, they're all gone. You're like, what?
Run away in invisibility.
Yes! Like, that's the first thing you do with those units. If things are not looking good, you just run them away. And then you come back and hope there's no more detectors over in this. Like, you're like, oh, gotcha. They're great at that stealth, Like, they're such jerks. They're such jerks to play against. Because I've been playing orks again recently, and orks have so little detector.
Yeah, and so everybody else, you're like, I can do this, and then the Tau come around, and you're like,
where are you? Yeah, where are you? I only have like 3 units that can see you. But yeah, so that's I think that's a pretty good overview for the most part of the Tau and kind of what they do, their weapons and their systems and stuff like that. And again, even if the Ethereals are up to some absolute BS, Commander Farsight did start his own, where he's also like, I am separate from the Tau Empire. You can come, you can join me.
Yeah, but he's starting from scratch, and the Tau are gaining power.
Exactly.
So thinking if the Tau know about them.
But again, since Commander Farsight was their golden boy, there were worlds that rebelled against the Tau because he chose to leave.
Right.
So they're like, we're seceding. We're going with Farsight because I don't like you. So
we trust this boy.
We trust this guy because he actively has been out here doing the work, and you've been watching from your tower.
And so if he doesn't trust you,
we don't trust you.
And so he's got a good little thing going.
Yeah, honestly, if there was a race you had to join in the Warhammer 40,000 universe, it's got to be the Tau.
Yeah, this feels the most like you're not going to get unalived while you're in the middle of boning, or you're not gonna become a plus-ridden monster, or you're not going to be told what to do in a really terrible, awful way where you don't actually have free will. This feels pretty good.
Yeah, of all the choices, I think it's definitely the nicest and the closest to what we have. I think it would kind of be like a Star Wars existence to me.
Yeah, that's really what it feels like. Where it's not everybody there is going to be super chill, but also for the most part, there's the people who are trying to do the right thing.
Yeah, and as long as they're at least trying, right? Like,
Aw.
that's the thing, is nothing's ever going to be perfect. Our world right now is far from perfect, but I would much rather take our world than Warhammer 40k.
Yeah, in the universe of Warhammer 40k, our universe looks like
Nice.
it's looking nice. This is a vacation spot.
Yeah, people would be so happy in the Warhammer 40k universe to be able to live in our universe. Oh, man. But again, theoretically, this is all yet to happen, because we're just in 2025.
And this is 40k, baby.
Oh, that's so good. So, with that, I think we're going to go ahead and cut the episode. Thank you all so much for listening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out with us. Don't forget to go over and check out all of our other socials for tavern content. It's the Copper Spoon Inn and Tavern in most places like YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. So if you're interested in the delicious food content that my fantastic fiance makes, go over there and check those out. And if you're even more interested in it, please do check out her cookbook that's going to be coming out soon, The Copper Spoon Chronicles. Available
November 4th.
wherever books are sold.
And it's available for pre-order now.
And it's available for pre-order
Whatever.
now, everybody.
By the time this is out, it might be very close to being out.
True, it might be close to being out. So, go check it out if you want to get your copy now. Until next time, travelers, goodbye!
Bye.